Hello. So this is the December 2012 update. It is the very last update of the entire year 2012. This month was actually really hectic just in terms of life and getting prepared for the holidays and wrapping everything up for the year. So aside from finishing the film, I've been also working on a lot of other things. I edited a very large segment of Reflections Unheard. So the rough cut is almost two-thirds complete. I was on a roll and everything, but then while I was editing, the plug to my hard drive came out, just a very, very minor mistake, like my elbow hit the plug or something and it came out, and then it created an error on my project file, and essentially my hard drive failed completely. I immediately just stopped everything I was doing, unplugged everything, and I told myself I wasn't going to deal with it. I told myself I wasn't going to get upset about it. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know whether it meant that my project was completely destroyed, but I just didn't want to deal with it, and I went to bed and took a nap for 4 hours and listened to music. And then when I woke up, I immediately focused, like crazy on recovering the files. And it took me 4 days to recover the files. Like literally, my computer did not sleep. My hard drives did not sleep. It was really scary for me because, for most of the time that I've been working on Reflections Unheard, I've had a lot of technical support. And this time around, I did not have any technical support because, of course, I would have to pay for that. And I also have difficulty trusting people who are out for money, especially with a project like this. I got super focused and I ended up solving the problem on my own, just with my natural brain power and natural skills and abilities. But yeah, I went on a lot of forums online. I googled a lot of information and I was able to recover most of my files, and so everything is okay now, and I'm very, very grateful that I had a backup drive. I had to purchase a new hard drive, and so everything is fine. My media files are fine now. Hopefully I won't be encountering any more problems like that, but that was the major setback for this month. I'm just very grateful that everything's okay now. I had a lot of faith that everything was going to be okay. So now pretty much at this point I'm just going to pick up where I left off and continue. Also, another success that I had this month was just winning another copyright battle. In my last update I mentioned that all I needed to do was purchase my materials and like purchase the footage that I found everything I need. And the process of going through that was a process in and of itself, really. When I was visiting DC, I found some really awesome footage. It was like it's an old television show from the 1970s, probably from public television, but it was a show that was hosted by a black woman, and they had black guests on the show, and it was about race and gender issues. They were there, at least this time they were talking about some race and gender issues. And I watched like 5 minutes of that footage and I was like, I need this whole thing. I need to be able to select from this whole thing. So they weren't going to give it to me because it was under copyright. Um, and, luckily for me, the person that I spoke to at the front desk was very nice and very helpful, and he gave me his contact information and he recommended a copyright researcher. So essentially, I paid a copyright researcher a small fee to do a due diligence report and find out who the owner is, and whether or not rights have been transferred. And essentially he discovered that the copyright owner was dead and that rights hadn't been transferred to anybody else. So I was really happy about that, and I ended up getting the footage. So yeah, so now I have everything I need for the Black Power segment, and I'm really happy about it. And you know, right now I'm still in another copyright battle with some footage that I already have. Some of you guys have seen it because um, you've seen what I've cut of the film about the feminist movement. But you know, I'm still in a copyright battle with some of those things, but I know that that'll be fine. I'll work that. I'll work that out just fine. One thing that I'll say is I found that you know, when I first started this film, I thought that it was okay to cut corners and sort of ignore copyright, and you know, but I feel like I've actually gained a lot more from being honest and upfront about, you know, the fact that I don't have any money and that I can't pay for any high licensing fees, and that, you know, asking nonprofits and asking people and copyright owners, like, what can I do to acquire this footage? Um, I've experienced a lot of rejection and disappointment, and I didn't always get what I wanted. And you know, I so it's been scary. It's also been scary, like also using footage and you know not knowing how much it actually costs. But I've really learned a lot, and I've gained a lot more just by being honest and putting myself out there like that, and you know, taking that huge risk. Um, and it's really worth it. I feel like it's forced me to think creatively. I think it's made me learn a lot more about my rights, and you know, now I feel like I can protect myself in case of, you know, a potential lawsuit, which now I don't even feel like as threatened about that. And you know, so it's really given me it's really given me a lot, and this whole process has been a huge learning experience for me, and I'm very grateful that I put myself out there and that I took that risk. So you know, other than that, now that I have a short holiday break, I will have a lot more time to edit Reflections Unheard, and my goal is to finish the rough cut by the end of January, because I will be submitting the film for a grant, and I would like them to review the film. So that's my goal, and I'll be working towards that. I will keep you guys updated on the progress next month. So um, I'll see you in January, and happy holidays for those of you who do celebrate the holidays, and also Happy New Year's. All right, peace.